Hi, I'm Michael McBride. I'm Chief Revenue Officer at GitLab, and I'm here with David Sakamoto. David, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, David Sakamoto. I'm the Vice President of Customer Success here at GitLab.
And we were just discussing a series of meetings we had over the last 3 days. We were in Aptos, California at an offsite with people from all over the world from GitLab, working on improving our messaging. And our corporate messaging is challenging because what we do is very broad. It addresses things in a lot of new ways for a lot of challenges for our customers. And we've been working on making sure that we have the right way to communicate with our customers in their language so that as we understand their problems, we can talk about the benefits that GitLab brings in the language that really fits the challenges that they face. And David, you brought up a good question about one area that we're investing a lot in security.
Yeah, so I thought it was great. I mean, getting the whole company aligned around a consistent message is super exciting as we move forward. But I really loved, maybe you can talk about, there was a little bit of a kind of an aha moment around redefining how we look at risk and security and how we position it with our customers in their language. Maybe you can talk through that.
Sure. So for everyone on the call here, what we're trying to share is our change in messaging, and we're working on this. This is in process right now. So this is only a day after our meeting. So we still got a lot of work to do to get this finalized. But we used to articulate security in terms of the DevOps stages. So DevOps, when we talk about the software development lifecycle, there's two stages we've identified. One, securing the app itself. We call that security. The other is defend, which is for securing the production environment when you're running the code that you write. And we've talked about security primarily in terms of the product. And what we realized in our discussions over the last few days is that we should probably categorize that a little differently. And in doing so, when we think about really the risk reduction for our customers, there's really 5 key areas that different people in different parts of the DevSecOps process might be spending more time in than others in security. And if we orient all of our investment into those, it might be easier to explain it to customers. So I thought I'd share where we are today, and we're going to keep iterating on this over the next few days. But the 5 areas start with, number 1, platform security. So with DevSecOps, you're writing your code in an environment that itself must be protected. So you want to protect the IP, you want to protect your processes from both internal and external threats. And that platform security is really about protecting, in our case, GitLab itself. And we provide a bunch of capabilities for our customers, including the ability to deploy this in your own environment, self-manage it. So if you want to put it in your own cloud or even on-prem, you can do that and use your own security policies and your own access controls to ensure that the platform itself is secure. The second area, once you've secured the platform in which you're writing and testing and producing and operating the code, is app security. The code you write, you want that to also be reduced in risk. So we want to make sure that we're helping to identify vulnerabilities early with SAST and DAST, dependency scanning, container scanning, behavior analytics, making sure that we are enforcing and scanning 100% of the code. We're enforcing those policies across all of the code you write. A third area then is runtime security. Once you've written that app, it's going to run somewhere. And when it's running, you want to make sure you're protecting your production environment. And that's a new area of investment for us. So those are all new capabilities on our roadmap. So it's an area we're growing into. But that's everything from web application firewalls to RASP, DLP, threat detection, and including all of that in end-to-end logging. And that end-to-end logging is important for the final 2 categories. One is audit, making sure that there's a single source of truth for logging. So imagine if you have 100 tools in your tool chain, trying to audit across those 100 tools is very difficult because there's 100 user identities for each user. There's 100 sets of logs, 100 sets of events. That's very difficult and slow and costly to perform an audit. So with a single source of truth from a single data store, make it easy to do it quickly, which means you can do audits more often and you can do it at lower cost. And when you do that, we enable quicker decision-making, and we also allow remediation to happen much more quickly, which again reduces risk. And then the final category is compliance. So enforcing a single set of policies across every SDLC process and again, in every line of code. That's a really important part of this. Includes everything from approvals to access control, license management, evidence collection, so that you can enforce those policies across all of your code, but also ensure that as you're enforcing those, you are logging those, you're collecting evidence so that you can comply with both your internal policies and the external regulatory environment as well. So those 5 areas then are platform security, app security, runtime security, audit, and compliance. And we're going to test this and see if it resonates with our customers to kind of help compartmentalize a little bit what we mean when we say security, because across DevSec and Ops, it's a lot of different things. And I appreciate you asking the question, David. Any other questions on that one?
No, I mean, I think it's great in terms of bringing it together, bringing better collaboration between the development and security teams, having faster remediation, improving quality, and ultimately helping our customers get to market faster. So it's super exciting. I think we've got our next session for both managers. There's a lot of work to process the work we did this week. We've got the upcoming next session for both managers and the whole team coming up in that last week in August. So I'm excited for that. And I don't know if there's any kind of expectations you'd set for the team.
I think the expectations are high. We've been working really hard to make sure that we can do a much better job being efficient for our customers. We want to make sure that they understand what we do and how we may or may not be able to help them as quickly as possible, which enables them to make good decisions. And I think getting the rest of our company into a place where we can much more efficiently articulate the benefits that we bring, we make it a lot easier for our customers to quickly decide how they can benefit from GitLab. And if we can make those decisions efficient for them, we're just getting them on a path to being successful more quickly, whether it's with all of GitLab, part of GitLab, or none of GitLab. We want to make sure it's easy for our customers to make decisions.
Awesome. Looking forward to it.
Thanks. I appreciate the question, David.